Peace, love, and light, family. Thank you for joining me today for another video. This is Caesar, the solar one. And you are a part of the solar family. And I hope your day is going amazing. I hope that it's been prosperous, abundant, positive, filled with love, filled with light, everything. But if it is not, it's okay. It's okay. Let's clear the energy before we get into this video. Close your eyes, sit down, whatever. Come to a stopping point. And let's clear our energy before we get into the message of the day. Ready? We are back, and I hope you enjoyed the energy clearing with my tuning bowl. It is 432 hertz, which is here to open up your chakras, specifically your heart chakra. When your heart opens, everything else is open to be. You're open. You're open to receive messages. You're open to relaxation. You're open to just being more honest with yourself. All right. So the message of the day is going to be about healing. Just like the last video, we're going to keep this going. I had a green juice last video. This video, I have a hydrating healing juice. This has watermelon, cucumber, pineapple, lemon, ginger. If you want to know more about this video, you can go in the link and click the video that's associated to this juice specifically. Appreciate that. All right, let me drink this before we get into it. All right, the message of the day associated with this juice as well is about healing, right? The question is, when are you going to heal? When are you going to start your healing? When is the time? When is the place? When is the moment? So many times we put off healing for ourselves because of the circumstances are right. The lack of oh shoot, did you hear that? I think that was an owl. Oh wow, that's confirmation. The lack of acknowledgement and past trauma that has kind of stagnated you and blocked you in a space where you don't feel like healing is essential. And I'm here to tell you that when you're trying to transition in life, you need to heal. There are many ways for us to heal. It can be mentally, spiritually. It can be physically. It could be emotionally. And all of those things, all of those aspects of healing make up who you are as a person, who you are in showing up in this world today. I know we can all look through certain parts of our life and see where we're stronger at and where we're lacking in. Right? What parts of ourselves we need to heal a little bit more than others. No one is completely healed. And healing, I think it gets a misconception that it's a one-off situation. We're not Wolverine, right? You get nicked and you heal automatically. It's not like that. Healing is a continuous process. Healing will be for life. Healing will be for life, right? But the one thing that healing does help us is with transferring our DNA into our future generations. It's called epigenetics. And this is genetic coding that gets downloaded into our being of who we are, and it gets passed down. There's an old saying that says the sins of the father makes the son's life 10 times harder, right? We even see it in biblical scripture and other texts around the world when we talk about ancient civilizations, such as an example, David and Solomon. David was a fierce warrior. We know the story. David and Goliath. He was ordained by God, and he had a power within him that made him want to achieve and go for it and do things that people thought that he couldn't do. And in that, he ended up slaying a giant. This can be looked at as physical and or metaphysical. He slayed a giant, and from that, he conquered. He was able to become king of Israel, right? And in that space, going through his life, he found things that he was good at, and he eventually saw the things that he lacked in, which was self-control. And when I say self-control, that meaning lust. He lusted after a woman and set her then husband up by putting him at the front of the lines of the war and getting him killed so he can have her to himself. Whew. Talk about narcissistic and treachery, right? But that was a part of his DNA. His DNA was, there is nothing that's going to stop me from getting what I want. And that is okay in this life. If it aligns with moral integrity, if it aligns with what the Creator has told us that he sees as approval of being good on this planet, right? I think we can all kind of like look at certain things and look at those things and say, that's good, that's not. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, for him, so he dealt with that for most of his life. And that played a factor into how he, not only he treated himself, but how he treated his children. And then he ended up having a son named Solomon, right? And Solomon was a man who the DNA of David got passed down to Solomon. David's inheritance and his loyalty to himself and his loyalty to the Creator paid so much debt in Solomon's life that he didn't even realize it. That his own protection, his own situations that covered him in his life was because of David. And some of the bad things that he did in his life was a trickle-down effect from his father David as well too. And so Solomon became a man that even in today's time, we don't even speak about all of the glorious things that he did about building temples and all of these things. But more so, we only hear about him for having 1,015,000 different women, 1,015,000 different wives from all different ways of the world. And in this, it took him off his pedestal. It took him off his square and allowed for him to not seek and do the will of God anymore, right? He started to believe in all of the distractions that came his way, whether they were through his own researches or whether they came through all of the many women that he had, right? And so in saying that, it goes back into the times that we're in now, in the modern day times, right? About healing the past traumas that you have in your life so they don't get passed down to your children. Now, who's to say what he could have done in those times to make it a little bit easier for his son Solomon? But what we did know is that when he did feel that he was going down the wrong path, he prayed, he fasted, he meditated, he clinged to God or the Creator with all of his heart and all of his might. And Solomon didn't do that for some reason. And so in certain spaces, we can all look at ourselves as the highest parts of David and the lower parts of David, right? We all go through high times and low times, and some of those things impart themselves into our whole being. So I'm sure we can all look at right now the reason why we do the things we do, right? Whether it's, why can't I get my physical health the right way? What is it inside of me that's telling me that I need to improve? What is holding me back from healing myself and improving myself? Is it the food choices? Is it the outside voices? Is it the lack of self-control, the lack of discipline? It's kind of what we spoke about in the last video. Or is it something else existential, Why is it that you can't heal when it comes to your past relationships and love? Is it because you don't feel worthy? Is it because you don't know how to be alone? You always have to have somebody with you? Is it that you can't get over your lust and desires that come through your ears and in your eye portals? Is it that you never had self-love or was taught love by a parent, by both of your parents? Maybe you didn't have parents there and they didn't teach you what love is. All the animals are confirming today. It's crazy. I think these are squirrels and that was an owl earlier. But that's nature, But we can all look at these things. And so I would say the time is now for you to heal. Those things in the past don't matter anymore. For where you want to go in the future, for where you want to go in your life now, today, right now, those things don't matter. What you need to do is look at the present time and look at the future. And now I say look at the present time, meaning be grateful and present in every moment. But have that fervor, have that fire in you to know what you want and know who you are, so it can manifest your future life. If you need to start eating better, if you need to get a personal trainer, if you need to get a nutritional coach, if you need to look up 1 billion videos on YouTube on how to eat healthier, how to go to the gym, do it. Start today. Tomorrow is not promised, family. And being that we are multidimensional beings and we are solar beings, we have that spark within us that allows for us to have comfort in knowing that the universe will care for us and guide us. But we cannot take anything for granted. You cannot take life for granted. Start today. If you feel like you are lacking self-love, if you feel like that you're not worthy for love, go to therapy. Read books. Journal. Write down your feelings. Write down your emotions consistently. And evaluate those at the beginning of your day and at the end of your day. Right? Pray, meditate. You can watch my meditations. You can listen to my meditations. Whatever your religious background or your spiritual background is, do that. What is going to bring you extreme comfort and extreme confidence in knowing that you are going to heal yourself and that you are going to be taken care of so you can become the better person that you desire. That is essential. That is not to be put off in the past. That is essential right now. And it's like one of the things that I keep hearing, it was a song that played in my head, and I haven't heard this song probably since a few years ago, and it came out probably in 2006, 2007. It is the Leona Lewis song, Bleeding of Love, right? And that song is very, very emotional, very deep, right? But it's very metaphysical and spiritual too, because how many times do we continue to cut our own selves and we keep bleeding out without wanting to patch our own selves up so we can be better, right? We become our own greatest enemy sometimes. Keep bleeding. You keep bleeding of love. You keep bleeding of pain, of worry, of all of these things that are based in your subconscious mind that are coming out into your projection of reality. Today is the time. Now is the time to restructure those things, to cast all of those things down so you can create a new reality. Take off those lenses so you can see clearly. Right? Take off the rose colored glasses. These are blue light, but take off the rose colored glasses, you know? It's essential. That's all I'm saying. The time is now to heal. Time is now to heal, man. And there are great things that are happening for you whenever you see this video. It's 2024. I think this is the last day of February in the month of 2024. March starts tomorrow. New beginnings are here. Things are going to be birthing in the month of March as spring starts to come. Why can't you be reborn and rebirth yourself starting today? I desire that for you. I desire that for me. I desire that for the whole solar family. Let's start that. Let's do that. I want you to drop in the comment section what is resonating with you in this video of what you need to heal. And what are the first few steps of actions that you're going to take in that healing process? And if you don't know, ask the question. And let's see if we can get the chat going. See if we can get the comment section going to provide resources. I want this to be a family. We're going to be on this journey together. So, I appreciate you all joining in. Go check this video out. This is a great healing juice for you. And, follow me on Instagram at Solar Juice and Company, on TikTok at The Solar One as well. And we ship these juices. We deliver these locally here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you need some advice nutritionally for your physical being, and you would like a consultation or anything of that sort to help you in your healing process, call me. I love you all. I'm not going to make this a long video. I appreciate you all for joining the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay highly vibrational.